Cool. So we should be recording. Hello, everyone. Welcome to CISSA's 2022 AGM. My name is Mustafa. I am the president of CISSA. Insane privilege to say that, and I'll reflect a little bit toward the end. But this is, as you may or may not already know, our 30th anniversary. So really, it's a real testament to the fact that CISSA is an institution, right? Like, insane club with such a history. We've been around for a long time. And we're operating at a scale like never seen before. So thanks for coming. And this is my presidential report. Shout out Kevin Yang for the insane graphic. So the first record, 24 sponsors in 2022. A virtual round of applause, staggering number, just total record breaker. There was a downward trend before COVID. And despite COVID, we've actually been on the up, which is really great. So Charlie, tireless work, could not have done it without you, could not have done it without your team. Shout out industry team, shout out industry and everyone involved in that process. A tremendous number. So who are the sponsors? Well, I will tell you. I will read through every single one. So at Diamond tier, we have ANZ, we have IMC Trading, Optiver, Platinum, we have Amazon, Atlassian, Coles, Jane Street, Churchill Asset Management, JDS Australia, Canva, Scanned, Bukalapak. At Gold, we have the Australian Computer Society, or the ACS, McGrath Nickel or McGraw Nickel, Commonwealth Bank, Vivcorp, REA Group, Real Estate Australia Group, in other words, Microsoft, Algo Hub, Clear Dynamics, and last but not least in silver, we have Acuna Capital, Google, and Susquehanna International Group. So just an insane list. We've had a broader range, not just a record breaker, but from more industries than ever before. Companies huge and small, hundreds of thousands of employees to companies, sub 50. So it's really great to have this real diversity of sponsors in our portfolio. CISSA membership this year. So here are the stats. Pre-COVID, or really at the beginning of COVID, so 2020, we had 892. Last year, tremendous record breaker last year of 1,400. This year, we've crossed the legendary 1K mark, massive achievement, 1,107 members and counting. So we're still going up. It's a privilege to serve you all, and a fantastic statistic for CISSA, right? Over 1,000 members. Very, very few clubs can rival this sort of number, if not Unimel love letters. So this is the breakdown. So I'll give you a moment to take a look at these charts, but really we have gender split of 32.6% female, 65% male. It's not on the slide, but for context, this is pretty much exactly the same as last year. So potentially that's a growth sector for CISSA next year to improve that. Undisclosed 2% and less than that non-binary. For the degree split, we have BSci as the top one. No surprises there, but it's a real testament to the rise of postgrad. More postgrads than last year. Lot of broad range of degrees actually that aren't showing up because the percentage was pretty small, but we've reached a lot of communities, which is really great. In terms of years, year one, first years take the cake, and then year two, year three, year four, in total, beating out that demographic, but real diverse membership range, really awesome, such a great community. Another record breaker, 80 plus events. Writing this president's report, I tried to count. I really tried to count. It's impossible. We have so many, just some clubs will run 5 events, a year, or like 2 in a sem. We did 5 in 1 week in semester 2. So everyone on the committee should be very proud. Committee and subcommittee, team officers, our members should be very proud for being associated with such a great club. Staggering number. And here's the graph for you. So 2020, 2021. Very solid numbers, by the way, like 50 is insane. But nevertheless, we've beat it, and we have even more on the way. It's probably like 10 more events coming. So another record breaker, our friendliest year ever, more collabs than ever before. A rising tide lifts all ships. So I won't run through all of them just because it's quite a lot, but we've done a lot of collaborations with a lot of student groups. So we've really reached quite a wide range of people from completely different backgrounds, which is pretty cool. But people in the tech community as well, almost all the clubs there. And in addition, we've done a few inter-uni as well that I might speak about a bit later. So what do we do? Our portfolios, if you're not already aware, we sort of have these three key pillars of industry, education, and social events, all equally important. And industry is fostering careers, fostering professional development, building a network, people getting jobs. Education, helping people get better grades, helping people get that improved WAM, skilling them up for Code Brew, our hackathons, and all that sort of stuff. And I'll leave Prashantsa to talk a bit about this in her education director report. We also have social events to build new connections and friendships, fundamentally critical component of any student club, and of course this as well. So I'll talk a bit about our major events that we executed this year. Of course, we had heaps, but it's hard to narrow them down. So I've selected a handful of the really big ones. So Summer Hack, a first-time initiative, the first ever summer hackathon, inspired by last year's winter hack, but first ever. Shout out Leo Lin for executing that. Beginner-friendly, 14 days, $1,000 prize pool, 14 projects submitted. Awesome event. Code Brew Hackathon, our flagship hackathon of the year, a greener future theme, the first ever hybrid hackathon at Uni Melb, period. The first ever hybrid hackathon at the University of Melbourne. Insane achievement, another record breaker, 10 mentors, 3 final round judges, $4,000 prize pool, a lot more than I can't even mention, haven't even mentioned on the slide, $35 of merch per person, totally free of charge, well included in your ticket, like multiple free meals. So another fantastic event. And people got jobs through Code Brew, actually. So another shout out to the impact that we've driven there. Catalyst Hackathon, creativity focused, brought back after a 3-year hiatus. Really awesome to see, right? Futures of Media theme, really cool new theme. Very original, 120 hackers, 7 mentors, 3 judges, $1,300 prize pool. Another fantastic event, quite recent. Thanks for everyone who showed up to that. Industry Connect, annual in-person networking night. The most attendees of any Industry Connect of all time, over 300, insane, staggering number, 40 industry representatives, companies represented that I just won't even, there's just so many. It's insane, fabulous event. Thanks for everyone who showed up to that. At Melbourne Connect as well, so first time at Melbourne Connect. Industry Reconnect, the sequel, put it in the books, right? First ever second industry networking night. Really awesome achievement, massive administrative overhead. Shout out Charlie, industry team, shout out events team, shout out all teams involved, publicity team for graphics, everyone for that. 42 representatives, 180 attendees, massive amount of companies once again. And I'll talk a little bit about other new initiatives that we had. Again, put it in the book. So weekly study sessions brought back, shout out Thomas to that new initiative. Fiat Celestial Bowl collaboration, first ever. Now we didn't play the leading role, but we did all publicity for it. Shout out Danikon. Debunking tutor hiring myths. Well done to Prashantsa on that event and everyone who helped her with that. No, this is a first that increased by an order of magnitude diverse applicants for casual tutors, which is just massive impact. A Fairy Floss event, fun one, inter-uni programming competition coming soon. So that'll be in a couple weeks. So stay tuned for that. And that's with multiple universities across Australia, including UNSW, UCID, Monash, the works. Getting started with startups, collaboration with early work, our product-thon also coming soon in a few weeks. Now this is a first, really awesome, exciting event. Resume roast next week, please don't miss it. The revival of our mentoring program, massive shout out to Casey on that, tremendous work, so much autonomy, and the revival of our trivia night. So look, it's been a huge year. It's been a huge year, but that's not all, right? So what I'll do is I will pass on to this next slide and give a thanks to our entire committee of this year. It's such a privilege to lead CISSA. You know, the work that CISSA has done is really a testament to the foundation of the time invested of committee members year to year. You know, so I'll name everyone one by one. Thomas Robertson, our events director, Jin Pan, our treasurer, Daniel Digby, our vice president, Kyla, our secretary, Prashantsa, education, Abrar on IT, Callista on product, Charlie or Ju Chung Ding on industry liaison, Thanika on publicity, Casey first year, Leo on hackathon, and Selena on diversity. Insane, you know, cannot thank you all enough. Could not have done it without you. And I mean it hundreds of hours invested, thousands potentially across the entire committee, all for the purpose of empowering the student community. You should all be very proud. And of course, I want to thank previous CISSA committees. Shout out to Andy Jiang from last year, Peter Shi from the year before that, Rice as well for all helping me. But yeah, thank you to all of our committee, of course, our subcommittee, our team officers. Could not have done it without you as well. A lot of work, closer than ever. So look, that's all for me. It's been a real privilege to lead CISSA. You know, it's tough to say goodbye, but we've had a fabulous year. Can be nothing short of proud of all of you. So well done. And over to our, oh, well, cheers to you. Yeah, thanks to our members, actually. Yeah, forgot about that. If we didn't have our members, nothing would happen, right? If you didn't show up, CISSA will be a failure. I mean, we have events, you know, to service you all. So thank you for supporting us. Thank you to the 70 people in this AGM. I mean, thank you for honestly just bearing in all these presentations. It's just insane. I mean, this is more than we had for last year's AGM. Thanks for participating in all our events as well. You know, volunteering and just getting involved. It's all for the student community. You know, CISSA is more than just a club. It's a place where you go, a place where you meet people and do cool stuff. So without further ado, I'll pass over Thanicon for a publicity summary for 2022.
All right, thank you, Mustafa, for the wonderful introduction to our AGM. Yeah, so 2022 has been a hectic year for CISSA, especially with the massive rebound for the in-person events and amazing list of sponsors we have this year. Amazing work to the industry team for keeping publicity busy and events team as well. You can tell that a club is thriving by the amounts of events and publicity that it is putting out, and that comes from the underlying autonomous work of each individual in the committee and subcommittee of CISSA. This year, our notable achievements consist of, but not limited to, publicizing for now over 73 events with around almost 10 more to come towards the end of the semester. Our Facebook following base have increased by 23% from the last AGM. This year, we've designed a staggering number of over 200 graphics for events and our club graphics. And we did increase our Discord community member count by over 500, which almost doubled our numbers right now from the previous year. And last year, our Instagram was pretty much dead due to the lack of in-person events, but we revived it this year and doubling the number of followers. And we sold almost internet tickets from our flagship events, totaling a revenue of almost $7,000. And we'll find out if we have won the UMSU Club Best Design Awards in the upcoming weeks. These stats are indicators that CISSA will move towards the right direction, becoming a more community-oriented and social club. And I'd like to thank the Publicity Subcommittee for keeping up with the marathon and the rest of the committee for the support as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Thanicon. Mind-boggling numbers, virtual round of applause, just staggering, tireless work. So thank you, Thanicon and team. Over to the Treasurer's Report with Jin Pan.
Thanks. Okay, if you could go to the next slide. Cool. So this year we had $60,000 income, 60% of which came from sponsorship, 20% from grants, and 10% from ticket sales. So we spent $47,000, the majority of which went to events and publicity. Major expenses included our hackathons, industry networking nights, tech talks, education workshops, and merch. We also provided $5,000 in advance funding for the FEIT ball, which we were reimbursed for, and other expenses for social events included diversity and our trivia night with wit. In total, we had a net cash flow of $12,400, resulting in a closing balance of $56,412. So I'll pass it over to Prashansa.
Thanks a lot, Jin.
Thanks. So I am the current education director and I'll be presenting the education report. So could you go to the next slide? First off, I want to say a big thank you to my education team who've all worked incredibly hard even during SWOTback. You've all put in so much effort in not only organizing, but also leading work. So thank you, Stella, Jennifer, and Thomas. I really love working with you all. So in the past 12 months, the education team has run a total of 19 workshops. So this has included 9 subject revision workshops, 4 hackathon workshops, including Intro to Git, React, Flask, and MongoDB, to Intro to Programming workshops during Compute Fest, which is our high school outreach program, and more workshops in the data science space, including Intro to PyTorch and Data Version Control. So here are all the revision workshops we've held. So I've led the initiative to introduce 2 new revision workshops for database systems and software modeling and design. So these revision workshops occur during swapback of each semester, and they get really strong attendance with Foundations of Computing, reaching more than 150 attendees last semester. And here's the last slide showing a few more examples of the range of education workshops we've run. That's all from me. Thanks.
So thanks for listening, everyone. That's the conclusion of the report. Once again, enough about us. Ultimately, the AGM is about the next generation of CISSA committee. So, we'll pass on and we'll move on to the nomination. So thank you, everyone, for watching this recording. And hope you enjoyed this little insight into the year of 2022, our 30th anniversary. So thanks for listening. And that's all from us.